2 of them, but it was 3 a.m. for you. I can understand that you forgot because Payback also went to Game 7 yesterday, and we're getting into Game 1 over on the stream. It is time for Payback versus Top Blokes to find out who's going to be our first grand finalist, CJ.
I can't wait. I'm pumped. Let's get straight into it. And though he's already on the offensive straight off the bat here. Top Blokes coming up against Payback. If you're unfamiliar with who's on these rosters, I think Top Blokes, they've been around for a while, but they've got a new man on the pitch, Shummy, and his name's Chaussette, and gee, he played well yesterday.
Yeah, really successful team in Top Blokes. A bit of a rough end of the season, and that's why they've made this change, and it looks really good at the moment. Whether this kind of Netherlands Payback team come out of nowhere as the Netherlands team from the Intel World Open, the essential Olympics of Rocket League, that came out, and Violent Panda has joined as the 3rd Netherlands player from that team. We haven't seen them play too much just yet, so it will be interesting to see if they can keep that performance up as Casio gets the breakaway.
Top Blokes open it up first off the gap here. Game number 1 of the semi-finals, the first semi-final. Single elimination, ladies and gentlemen. You do not want to lose this because you are going home. And Casio, he doesn't want to go home, Yummy. He's opened it up here for Top Blokes. A great start for this side.
Bit of a missed touch as well from Oli. He was expecting to get that one across. It is interesting that Tho, who previously played with Noli, is now playing with Oli. Bit of a cosplay like competition of his own. You know?
He's like those sort of characters, you know. That's the requirement. Have to rhyme with Oli.
First goal as well, going towards Top Blokes, and have a great start yesterday as well. A large part of their play was all about that pressure game, about getting that ball into the offensive half, stealing boost away, keeping it pinned in awkward positions. And that made it really difficult for their opponents to even get a chance on the ball. But that's not the case here for the Netherlands Payback team. They're actually getting some shots in front of net, getting way more offensive time, and they're sticking it in front of the goal. It's only just been pinched out over the top of Oli.
Yeah, it's great to see Tho going for flip resets already. We're only 2 minutes here in a game, number 1 of the best of 7. So, and just the first game of the day as well. So it's great to see players that are already looking warm as Casio. He's got a nice double touch opportunity. Tho does get the read, but Chaussette, if he's quick enough, doesn't quite get it blocked out there by the Payback defense. Top Blokes, though, they're looking pretty aggressive so far. I would say there's no opportunities for Payback, but Panda might be able to put that first one. No, it's just wide of the first big opportunity there, Yummy, for Payback.
It still feels very testing at the moment, like their first offense as well, where they're just looking to hit the backboard a few times. When they looked good, they're going for those passing plays, just like that one yesterday. Had some extreme passing plays in front of net, and especially forward passing plays on those counterattacks. So definitely an area that the defense of Top Blokes are going to have to worry about. And that's what Top Blokes are worrying about. They've been on defense for most of this last minute or so. Violent Panda can't get a pass, so a chance here for Top Blokes to get on the attack.
Yeah, and it's exactly what we were talking about in the pre-show. That just the pass plays have been super from this Payback team. I know that they don't really have the synergy, I guess you could say, of an older team, but they look like they do in so many ways. There's an opportunity for Top Blokes. Temo comes out. Casio gets the goal, but Archie, have a look at the work he's done here, Yummy.
Have just been backing each other up so well as a brand new team. The fact that Archie goes for the demo, Casio, he just makes sure he gets that center of net, knowing and trusting that the demo is coming out. Great teamwork from Top Blokes.
And we spoke about it so many times yesterday, Yummy. It was the case of one man in net, one man left in defense. The backboard was free, and Archie, he hit that backboard, and he was straight on the ground as soon as he hit it, looking for that demo. So he tried to make it as easy as possible for Casio, and that's great play from Top Blokes. 2 goals already. Now it's up to Payback to see if they can come back into this game. 1 minute 15 left, 2 goals required.
Yeah, just a couple of goals that Payback have been able to score quickly in the past, but haven't been in that same position. Usually they were scoring a lot more from positions where they're in the midfield, when they're in the defense, and they could catch teams off guard running back towards their own net. Haven't been able to get into that position, mostly off pressure. And we're seeing Top Blokes, who we kind of criticised the defense a little bit of yesterday, that they do have a very solid, long-standing defense right now.
Yeah, and I think just when you have players like Cassio, as he spoke about in his interview yesterday, just a bit of a role filler he sees himself as, just being able to plug the gaps. And obviously Archie's just known for his sort of solo defense, his ability to lock it down when his teammates have overcommitted or when he's last back. So, and obviously you got Chaucet Yummy, which is I don't know, on paper it's probably the most defensive team, and then you watch them play and they are just so aggressive. So that's so exciting to see.
So much confidence from Chaucet to move forward, something we haven't seen from him in the longest time, in a couple of years, realistically. And that's providing a lot more explosive attacks coming out as Cassio able to hold the defensive line a bit more. 4 seconds, and that won't be enough. Top Blokes are going to take game 1.
Oh, they've just started so strong here and really just picked up where they left off yesterday. Top Blokes says they might be able to sneak another one away. Panda does miss that one. Ball hits the ground. I mean, they looked strong yesterday, Yummy. We thought a new team, it's sort of hard to be consistent, hard to sort of replicate. We spoke about the honeymoon period. Once things start going wrong, you're sort of worrying, how do we play so well at the start? But right now, Top Blokes, they're not worrying about any of that because they seem to just have found a play style that's working for them, and it's looking scary for their opposition.
Yeah, even still, Violent Panda, the top shot taker of yesterday, is the top shot taker in this game. But it was never truly threatening, hitting the backboard a lot, looking to set something up, looking to steal some boost away. Not too effective. And Tho as well. We've talked a lot about Violent Panda because he was the top goal scorer, but Tho was right behind him as number 2, number 3, actually tied with Chaucet yesterday. Because you remember the flipple tap, of course, that he was able to score. He was so potent on the attack, we haven't quite seen that yet.
Yeah, look, the flipple tap was huge from Tho yesterday, and that's what we love. We want to see some more flipple taps, the flip reset, double tap off the backboard, or the triple tap, depending on what touch you want to count as a tap, really, at the end of the day. But as you said, Panda with 6 shots in game number 1. If you told me he had 6 shots, Yummy, I'd say you're absolutely kidding yourself. So it didn't really feel like that from Payback to start off with. So we're looking to see some more, key opportunities, some crucial opportunities here in the offensive half of Payback to really isolate the goals. But Ollie just gets back as Top Blokes almost open their account again here in game number 2.
Although we'll have to hold off Archie for a little bit here as we're seeing a bit more of that pressure game. The Top Blokes have been excellent at converting into goals. Even though the pressure has come out for Payback, they haven't been able to do the same. It's a great shot. Saved by Oli from the pre-jump save. Great read from him. Chaucet's actually faked him out. Archie doesn't get that one past a pre-jumping Violent Panda in front of net. That just shows how good these players are at reading the shots before they even come out.
And just how much these players respect the shots coming out the other end. The fact that Oli had to pre-jump that save so early. It was a fantastic save, and I think it's just that respect, Yummy, for just the caliber of shots that are coming out. You're just expecting it to be top corner bangs every single time.
Well, Chaucet, a shot that can't be saved. That's over the top, and the first goal in game number 2 to Top Blokes.
Chaucet almost doing it all himself, but what a 50 from Cassio. Though just wasn't quite in position. He wanted to push out for the touch, but Chaucet, he grabbed the corner boost, Yummy, and he was straight back in. Something that we don't really see from the man, the myth, the legend, Chaucet. He grabbed that corner boost and he was looking to get on the offense straight away. He half rotated and was able to put that one away before Tho could even realise what was happening.
I'm starting to feel like Cassio is the challenge king at the moment. He's had a great weekend thus far, and he's actually the highest demoing player throughout the weekend too, so we might expect him to be getting on that one, but that's open. Archie, a long drive down, and Payback caught a bit too far forward.
Yeah, Oli just beaten out there. He was last back. They'd all overcommitted, and I think he thought, I'm probably going to get bumped here, so I may as well try an instant challenge, but Archie was just way too fast and way too ready for that. An easy goal for Top Blokes, 2-0 now, and this is looking a lot like game number 1, Yummy. We get to see Payback sort of adapt and try and change up their play style to create a few more offensive chances.
And Top Blokes, they looked so good yesterday in their first match, and this is only just backing up how good this new roster could be. We talked a lot about honeymooning as well, the power of a brand new roster, but usually that comes with inconsistency at the same time, so to be able to back it up 2 days in a row, that would be huge for them if they can continue the way they're performing right now.
Yeah, and Payback just yet to score so far in this series. We're halfway through game number 2 here. This could be another goal. Cassio puts it high, and there's no follow-up from Archie. He's now going to get bumped here to airdrop, but this should be a goal if he gets one more touch. It is saved out, however, by Chaussette. A lunging, diving save. The offense should continue here for Payback, but a pinch out might see the end of it.
This has got to be such a frustrating team to play against. You got Chaussette, who's known for these crazy diving saves that he's able to make. You've got Archie, very much a similar player, able to get saves hard on the line, and Cassio, who's just been a defensive and midfield powerhouse the entire time. It's got to feel frustrating trying to get any single goal against them, and as you can see, it hasn't been a single goal against them in this series thus far. Even in the couple of opportunities that they've had, Payback haven't really looked like they were great opportunities.
Yeah, Payback certainly looking for the floodgates to just open. All they need is one goal, one opportunity, but a beautiful save from Cassio. It took 2 Top Blokes members to get that one out, and a great power shot, but Top Blokes again, Yummy. The defense has been so impressive for a new roster. The synergies coming in. This could be another opportunity. Panda's going to be able to beat out the opposition off the backboard. The demo comes up. That's going to be wide open, and Tho scores it to give Payback their first goal of the series.
And I love how team-oriented this was. Violent Panda hitting the backboard, gives Oli the space to go for that demo. Then the easy follow-up. They know they have a 3v1. That also takes great communication for them to call out that situation.
Yeah, absolutely beautiful, and they made sure of it, Yummy. They probably could have, left. They could have not demoed really and still had an opportunity to put it away, but the demo absolutely guaranteed the goal, and nearly another opportunity there created by Archie. Just so much pace, and like seeing him in the dominance, a bit of a change-up. This could be a goal from Oli. Went for the old doomsy dish off the backboard. Couldn't quite get the second touch on it. And now Payback, they're looking a little bit more threatening. They're looking to push forward, and they look like they're controlling the boost, Yummy.
They are, but it hasn't worked out for them many times when they've held the pressure. In fact, their one goal has been more of a counter-attack, more a catching of Top Blokes off guard when they weren't ready for the attack to come in. So not usually expecting to score a goal from that, but we know that Violent Panda can bring out the pass. That's what really they need to finish off one of these plays, as Oli does have the pass over to Violent Panda. There's not going to be a follow-up here as Archie was waiting on the backboard. You can see how defensive Top Blokes were, all 3 members staying in the defense.
Another shot coming out, Chaussette. That is beautiful. Top down. No way any defender in the world is saving that. Oli, no chance. And a beautiful shot coming out. Top Blokes, they just look so much more clinical. And for Payback, I mean, it seems like sometimes their offense, they need another player in their attacks. They're going the 3-man pass play, and they're just still not getting that finishing opportunity.
Hey, they've kept them pinned. They've kept Top Blokes in areas where you'd think they'd be in trouble, but they haven't been able to convert. Chaussette was surprised by the power of that one. The ball going straight back towards Tho, and yet still able to get a solid shot.
Yeah, Chaussette trying to dodge the bump, and I was probably surprised that the shot came in. Usually you're expecting the double tap coming out there with such a free shot, but Tho's thought better of it. He probably saw the demo coming out, the demo opportunity, and Chaussette, once he took the air to try and dodge that demo, there was nothing he could do. With 5 seconds left here, Payback, they still need one more goal to try and come back. Panda's going to fake one out. Archie's ready for it on the 50. Ball hits the ground, and Top Blokes take game number 2 and take a 2-0 lead in this series.
Great start here for Top Blokes, but Payback looking a lot better as well, and it feels like they've figured out their secret, going for a couple of demos. They've had the ball pinned in, now they're opening up the net a little bit more, and that's also, I feel like, got into Chaussette's head a little bit, can get into all of your opponent's head, start going for the demos, and now they have to play for them.
Yeah, just the difference in game number 2 there, Yummy, was just Chaussette striking. Two opportunities where he had a defender in net, and he just put on an absolutely perfect shot. Whereas you look at Payback, they had to create that open net, the demo opportunity to score their first goal. So, it really seems like it's come down to just putting making your opportunities, or making the most of your opportunities, I should say, being a bit more clinical around the net.
That's just like the old Chaussette reciprocity PSG factor in those days. He would have games where it felt like he could not fail. Whether it was his shots or his dribbles, he was just scoring goals for free, and you wouldn't feel like you had to put too much effort into it. Back to the glory days for him. But we did see the same from Tho. He got a good shot in too. Usually, though, you want to rely on making the goal easy, opening it up and making it a bit more simple, like the demos, of course, for Payback.
I'm just loving this control early doors here for Payback here, game number 3. They're looking to be a lot more comfortable than in the first 2 games, Yummy, already. And I think that was we were starting to see that towards the tail end of the last game, where they seemed to be a little bit in more control. Having said that, Archie's trying to create that control for Top Blokes, and Chaussette is trying to do absolutely everything on the offensive end. But it just feels like there's been a bit of a shift in the momentum here in terms of the boost and just the overall control of the game.
Well, Top Blokes haven't had too much chance to hold it in the attack, but they are getting a few opportunities on the ball. Great pass back. It was absolutely slung at Violent Panda, though. No time to react. That means that it won't be a strong shot on. That is scary for the defense of Top Blokes. That was what they were doing so well yesterday, finding the pinpoint precision on those passes.
Yeah, I mean, that was just nothing Panda could do about that. But just the fact they're looking for the extra pass, not just the one pass, they're looking for the 1-2 or the 1-2-3, and open net sort of left here. Chaussette's going to be able to play a bit of the clean-up. Crew Archie is waiting on the wall, tries to get it back to Chaussette, but cut out again in the mid from Payback. That could be huge as well, Yami. Just not letting any offense develop, because once it gets down into the deeper ends of the defense on Payback, it's so hard to get Top Blokes away and clear it out. So I like this midfield challenge game from Payback.
And there is a little bit more of an opening here too. The last few plays, and even that one, we've seen Top Blokes play further back. Archie sticking to the backboard a lot more. Chaussette wanting to go back to the net. And that's very dangerous against a team and a player like Violent Panda, who enjoy those infield passes, who enjoy getting a bit more room in front to get a more powerful shot, to get a solo play. And that's actually making me think that Payback may be getting closer to a goal right here.
Oh, and that should have been it from Tho. Should have put that one top corner. Just unlucky there. Top Bloke, I should say Payback still looking to push forward. Those pre-jump the pass. Panda's there, but can't get the touch. The shot should have been in. 2 opportunities, Yummy. Just gone begging for Payback here.
That's where we got to be looking at Violent Panda to just be slapping every single one of those home. He's had so few opportunities in this game. That was wide open for him. He didn't quite read the situation, was seemingly low on boost at the same time. Now, Top Blokes breathing a sigh of relief, may even get a chance at the other end as Chaussette goes for the shot. Another chance as Archie gets it center, no one to finish it. They didn't expect Oli to have that ball go over his head, so they won't get the goal on that attack.
Yeah, and perhaps just a case of the Payback pressure where they didn't have someone in the middle expecting the ball to just come straight across net here. Chaussette, he's got an opportunity. No one's on the backboard. Panda does recover. He was bumped, but another opportunity for Top Blokes to try and create. But the worrying thing I see on sort of the Payback side is they've had so much offense, Yummy, that we're starting to see a couple of double commits offensively, whether that's frustration. They feel like they should have scored. The demo might be the first goal of the game. The whiff comes out, and Tho puts that one away. The post was actually his friend in the end here, Yummy, because they thought that one was on target.
Yeah, Archie went for a crazy dive, thinking he had to make the save. Casio as well, thinking that one was in. That's going to open it up, and finally we have ourselves a bit of a series.
A series indeed. We're not going to see Top Blokes just take this one out too easily. The Dutch team of the Payback, the new team, Panda's new team, they're looking to create some havoc, and so is Tho. He's going to get the second goal on the board. Payback looking so strong now.
And starting to look almost mirrored from game 1. A 2-0 to Top Blokes, then a 3-2, a close one, and now it's gone the other way. 2-0, completely blocking out Top Blokes so far. As Violent Panda, Tho, Oli, all looking for these passes, finding some gaps, making as well. They've controlled how Top Blokes want to play. They're the ones pushing Top Blokes into a more defensive stance, and that's creating so many more opportunities for them.
Yeah, and they've certainly deserved this game. I mean, as we spoke about at the start of this game, the latter half of game 2, it felt like they were starting to get on top, and they've just continued that trend here. A demo could come out if those ready for it. Didn't quite have the boost, but the follow-up should be in. Archie can't save it. Oli gets the 3rd goal on the board. Yummy Payback. They're looking pretty good right now.
Oh, and Oli was following that up in such a good position, considering Violet Panda got maybe one more touch that he really wanted. It was very difficult to read. Great trust from his teammate.
Great trust indeed. And again, we're just seeing Panda create opportunities offensively that we haven't really seen for a while from him. So that's exciting for Payback, should I say. Not exciting for Top Blokes at all, because they're really struggling to get something going here offensively. Archie might be able to create a little bit of momentum going into the next game if he can get the goal round, but no. Cassio Josette was sitting back post, but couldn't get it either. And now Payback might be able to get another goal if Tho can hit a flip reset. Passes it off to Panda. Ball bounces down, and no goal happens. But 3-0 here, game number 3. That is what you want to see from Payback.
Yeah, even with a last-ditch effort from Top Blokes, throwing everybody at that ball, they still couldn't really get the goal opportunity, and they got kept for just a few shots here as Payback, and in fact, Tho, after his solid performance yesterday, really stepping up for a couple of goals.
Yeah, just a super quiet game here from Top Blokes, considering the sort of offense we saw from Payback. Just only one save on the hand of Top Blokes. So the defense that we were praising earlier, Yummy, letting in 3 goals now is probably not what you want to see from this new team. And maybe these are the cracks we're starting to see from a roster that just, they haven't had the time to sort of, nail down that solid defense.
We did talk about yesterday as well. Oli, fresh face to RLCS, only just joined in the late 2020. And he's already starting to have impact as well. Now with the experience of Violent Panda and Tho next to him, this is the biggest opportunity he has. And he's making good use of it. Almost another quick goal from Payback at the start of this game.
Yeah, Payback just not taking a back foot at all. They're on the front foot all day long here. That's a beautiful pass opportunity. Cut off by Panda, saved a goal, and now they're straight on the counter-attack. And that's what you love to see from a new team, Gummy, just pushing forward. They almost get scored on, and they're looking to score themselves.
Oh, Tho, he's got a good 50, good read on that one, but Archie was hanging back ready for it, but Payback still circling around this net, and Chaucette can't get it out. Cassio can't find the pass as Chaucette had moved more for a big clear to try and get an attack going, and that's a little bit greedy here coming out from Top Blokes. They really don't want to be here in the defense. They're trying to get it out, but Violet Panda, you knew was eventually going to come.
Yeah, Panda, beautiful shot here. Just look at Oli just setting this old play up, faking this 3rd touch. Archie was sitting front post on the backboard, just doing not much there. Couldn't really do anything, I'd say. It was just all, once Oli got that first touch on the corner, he still had boost. He was going to get that second touch. I mean, it is just so hard to defend a player controlling the ball on the offensive backboard.
He's still able to get a lot of pressure, Payback, and now Top Blokes unable to defend it for too long because we're seeing a few more interesting touches. It looks like a lot more confidence now from Payback as well, which is allowing them to take a few more risks and open up the net. Chance here, though, for Top Blokes is Archie. Always deadly, giving it a good shot. But Violet Panda, once again, another shot. Chaucette and Cassio have to combine to get that one out of there. And they even get the counter, take the double. That's huge. Archie, step it up.
Archie doesn't miss those. As soon as he got that beautiful first touch, have a look at the first touch there. As soon as he got that, it was all over Red Rover. Nothing Tho can do in defense, and that's what we need from a player like Archie. He's a top 10 player in the world for a reason, and he needs to step up here for Top Blokes because Payback, they've been looking so solid, and they need a little momentum shifter. Having said that, that is a glorious pitch down the other end. Oh my goodness.
What I'm most impressed by from Archie mechanically there is that he had to cut in to beat the defender and put himself off the line of that double tap, but he's immediately boosting back in towards that line. That's why he's able to get to it and slam it home. A lot of players would have struggled to get that.
Yeah, and I think that's what separates the good players from the great players, Yummy. They're beating players out to the ball, but they've already got the next step in their mind. You know what I'm saying? They've already got that next move. They're not just worried about beating the opponent. They're worried about the next play. And that's what can separate good players from great players. And really just the mechanical solo players. They're trying to think 2, 3, even 4 steps ahead of their opponent. And just so much confidence in just beating their opponent in the first place.
And Chaussette may have an opportunity once again here to try and get that lead for Top Blokes. It's felt like ages since they've been able to do it, but that's just because there were so many goals scored by Payback in the last. A bit of confusion in the midfield between Archie and Chaussette may even cost them a little bit here, though. The pass comes across to Cassio. Though just diving back, does get the save. But it is a strong attack coming out from Top Blokes. They'll even have another opportunity, but Chaussette had run a little far back, expecting to be on defense. A good pass play back to Cassio, but a bit too much spice on that one. Prevents the shot coming out. Even still, continuing this attack. Not much boost left there for Archie, but he doesn't need it to get the pass across. Cassio goes for one more, but Chaussette wasn't ready.
This is where Payback are really going to get tested, when there's so much offense coming on the Top Blokes end. We saw yesterday and nothing could really match the Top Blokes offense when they had it. The flip race there from Archie's got 0 boost, and no one's going to be able to bail him out. I'll give him a hand there. Panda's going to be able to carry it down the other end. 1-1, minute 30 on the clock. And Payback there, they're back on the back foot. This is what we saw in game number 1 and 2 here, Yummy, and this is where they need to find a way to just nullify this offense from Top Blokes.
Yeah, they haven't been able to do it just yet, but they also haven't conceded at all. They're actually managing to keep their boost reserves and their own corner boost in their pocket. Though a miss from Violent Panda almost ends up being deadly. He will make up for it with a bit of a clear, but Archie is there to follow up, get the extra touch too, using his flip to get that extra reach. Cassio hits top corner, though, ready on the backboard, but now Archie has Cassio in support as well as Chaussette. Cassio's going to come in, but he's got so many players from Payback circling around him, he can't find the gap. Archie is going to get an accidental touch, but it will still be picked up there by Chaussette. Hasn't managed to be a goal, and it may even be a breakaway if only he could get to this one. Does get it centre, but not to his teammate.
Odds to the advantage, and Archie now with 100 boost gets the demo. This could be huge if he gets around Panda. Shot should still come on, and it might be it. Yes, it is. The demo was all it took because Panda was last back. Only couldn't get back in time. The save didn't come in, and Top Blokes take the lead in the dying seconds here of game number 4.
Great setup by Archie. Even better shot by Cassio. That is top corner, and now with 26 seconds remaining, Top Blokes may even get another. They do, off the kickoff. That's going to seal the game and put them on the match point.
Just the nail in the coffin here on the kickoff goal. Oli cheating so hard, trying to get the upper hand here, a goal down. You can't really blame him, but Chaussette pounces on the opportunity. He played it smart there, cheating up on the kickoff. And Top Blokes, it looks like, Yummy, they're going to be moving on to match point and potentially a slot in the grand finals of this tournament.
What's been nice is it's really felt like the strengths of Top Blokes in their individual plays have really shown in this game. Something that is very repeatable, not just through the rest of the series, but maybe in their future as well. As Chaussette, maybe one last attack, one last air play, but Top Blokes won't get one more, but they will get to match point.
Top Blokes, I mean, we saw that swing of momentum again. I mean, we spoke about it. Top Blokes, they started getting back on the offense. That's where they need to be. That's where they love being. And Payback, they couldn't swing the tides back in their favour throughout the latter half of that game, and that's when the floodgates did open for Top Blokes. They were able to nail 2 goals in the back of the net, break the deadlock, and then get the sealer off the kickoff. But it all really came down to the beautiful play coming out from Archie. He was able to counter-attack, get the demo, Yummy, and then Panda wasn't able to do enough last man back. Cassio, though, what a beautiful top corner shot that was.
And they're looking so good when they are in attack, and that's a large reason why we're not seeing those passing plays that we saw yesterday come out from especially Violent Panda. They were always looking in defense to get that pass out, to get it to a teammate. I don't think they can afford to right now with the strength of the Top Blokes attack.
Yeah, well, if they just need to start on offense. If they can start this game on offense and start getting a roll on, Top Blokes seem to not really have an answer either. It's sort of who can get the tide in their favour, the momentum in their favour, the boost control, and right now it's got to be Top Blokes. Archie, perfect opportunity. The whiff comes out and the save cannot come through here. Cassio does get it, and a couple of mistakes here from Payback could be costly in a deciding game.
Very difficult situation for Tho. He had to wait to see if that shot was on or if it was going to be another backboard hit. But he needs to be able to hit those. A player of his caliber and on this team, be hoping to get that. So he's not going to be happy at the moment. It might even be another one here for Chaussette. What a save off the backboard by Tho.
Yeah, rough touch off the backboard initially by Tho. Archie's going to get the second goal with the dunk and Payback. I mean, they're so far in net that all it took was a 50-50 to score that goal.
Well, you talk about a momentum being important for these teams. Well, you can't get more momentum than Top Blokes after the last 2 goals in the last game, and then 2 goals here in 30 seconds. This is going to be tough. This may wear on the mental of Payback, as though he actually brings it back, gets it underneath.
Tho just taking the ball. If he knew his teammate had 0 boost here at all, he takes it off him. It just, as soon as Chaussette committed to the jump, I mean, all he had to do was get behind the ball, fake out the flick, and it was all over Red Rover. Payback, they get that 1 goal back. Still a goal behind, but there's a chance now, and it's looking a lot less dire than it did 10 seconds ago.
For sure, Payback, and especially Tho, we're looking at maybe Violent Panda. Yesterday, he had the most goals, he had the most shots, but I felt that was more opportunity-based, coming in as that player to receive the passes. It's Tho and Oli, the 2 players who we're most expecting to set up the goals, and Tho, of course, living up to that reputation right now.
Top Blokes just smashing that near post, trying to get the pass off the sidewall. It's killing the Payback defense. This could be open. Tholi's going to be able to put Oli's going to be able to put this one away. Should I say Tholi? That's not the right player. He's going to be able to put that one away, and the pinch yummy is all it took. Great positioning from Oli just to pounce on a loose ball, and Cassio just wasn't ready for it.
Chaussette as well, playing with fire. He wanted to fake him out, and that's what leads to the pinch that is very, very risky in that front corner. And that's going to put Payback in such a good position once again. The momentum, full swing as Tho may get an extra touch there towards the net. Chaussette just on the line and even getting the follow-up touch off the wall. Violent Panda!
Oh, no.
That was the worst touch of all time!
Oh my goodness, Panda just went too quick for this one and basically put it in his own net. Chaussette could not believe his luck on that touch and said, "Thank you very much. Thank you, mother, for the apples. I'll be taking that one all the way home." And Top Blokes regain the lead after throwing a 2-goal lead earlier, Yummy.
I just thinking back to the Team Queso series now. Violent Panda. That's
the
not
VK sailing about it.
Yeah, just something a little bit off, but there's still enough time, and if Violent Panda himself has a history of kind of rough situations in games, he's always been able to bring it back. Maybe the next goal goes his favor and it won't affect him too much mentally, but at the moment it is tough to have a situation like that go so far against you and be down in this game that is so crucial for them. Great fake by Archie, but Violent Panda was ready. Chaussette, another shot goes too high. Potential chances here for Top Blokes, but they'll just take it back to their corner.
Beautiful fake from Archie. Just didn't quite get the power on the shot that he was looking for. He tried to get a little hook shot. The pass is going to come out here. Archie, if he can outspace, this could be huge right now. If a shot can come in, Tho's going to get it. It's going to bounce down. Wasn't the touch they wanted, but Panda has to force a touch away, and the demo's coming out for Payback. Might be able to buy them a bit of time, Yummy, to clear this ball out of defense.
Yeah, some quick offensive plays by Top Blokes, but now they're back on the back foot. They're running back to defense. It looks more like they want to hold on to this 1-goal lead, but an overcommit from the other end could lead to a goal. That one goes too high off the pinch. So Payback will be okay for now, as though chance for a double. Gets that as a pass. Violent Panda is ready for a very sneaky play. And even still, Oli off the roof gets beaten out by Archie. Real heads-up play.
It wasn't the first touch that Oli was looking for. I love the idea, just wasn't quite the execution, but now Payback they're starting to get a lot more aggressive. We're seeing some almost overkills. Oh, this could be huge if he gets a double. No, it's off the crossbar, and Archie parries it to the corner. That was a golden opportunity and almost a gorgeous play, and now Archie might be able to redirect this one in. Top Blokes extend the lead, and gee whiz, Yummy, they were lucky to not concede a goal there.
Heartbreak for the young gun, Oli. So many times he'd score that goal. He was expecting to get that goal, and it just goes ever so high. And just to make his day even worse, it goes the other end. Top Blokes now in a commanding spot to take down this game and the series, get themselves in the grand final. Is there a possibility here that Payback can make the comeback?
Just swings and roundabouts, Yummy. They should have been level here. They should have been equalising up this last game, but now another goal goes in. Cassio, we've been talking about the striking of Top Blokes all series long, and it's paid dividends again here. Have a look at the bar down. Beautiful.
That's a surprising amount of power as well, given the position that he was in, and the bump as well right in front of him. A lot of players would have been caught off guard from that one. Huge trust again from Cassio, like we've seen throughout the series. And when you have situations like this where a team gets a couple of goals in the lead in a do-or-die match, it often opens the floodgates, and we may even see another one. It's going to be open. Cassio, long drive, gets goal number 6.
Yeah, if it wasn't already all over Red Rover, Yummy, that might just be the one that just breaks the hearts of Team Payback here. They tried so hard to get that goal, and we just have to, if there's a defining moment in this series, Yummy, it just has to be that Oli double touch. If he nails that, the momentum swings back their way. They level it up, and they might be able to come back in this series, but unfortunately, it wasn't to be for Payback, but just really impressed with the showing from that team, although they haven't obviously got the chocolates here. They've really performed well and probably exceeded my expectations visually for such a new lineup.
Well, I think it just took them some time to get used to it. They probably haven't had too many even matches against Top Blokes, even in scrims. Definitely no tournament matches before against Top Blokes. So it felt like it took them a little while to get into it, to get into the flow and figure out what their play style would be in this match. Violent Panda does sink one, but, you know, in the end, there's still really good signs here for Payback moving forward towards the next split.
100%, and you can't take anything from this game. If you want to call it a blowout here, 6 goals on the side of Top Blokes, because they were pushing Payback. They were pushing for that goal. They were committing hard, and it was so close with that double touch. So aside from this, it's been a super solid game here. I mean, we've seen how many goals Top Blokes scored yesterday in these sort of blowout series where their offense is just so strong. And for a side, a new team here, like Payback, to really challenge. I know this is a good-looking 4-1, if I do say so myself, from Team Payback, but it is going to be Top Blokes. They'll be moving on to the grand finals. The first team to move along to the grand finals here of the Gamers Without Borders Rocket League tournament, and I tell you what, Yummy, they deserve it.
They deserve it. They've already got themselves $100,000 that they could give over to one of those 5 awesome charities. Of course, you know, the Rocket League community has always been awesome with charity too. You can donate in the link provided below. But Top Blokes right now gotta be happy, featuring Chaussette, trying to work things out with Chaussette, and so far it seems to be working out.
Working absolutely super. So it's great to see. As we spoke about, I just love that in the pre-show yesterday, we're excited about these new rosters. We're excited to see what they can do. And we've seen 2 rosters now. Both these teams with new lineups, obviously with Payback from the Intel World Open and new roster being created. They're 2 exciting teams, and for the EMEA region, that's great to see heading into future RLCSs and the likes in major tournaments. So that's what we love to see from Payback. Unfortunately, they go home, Manic, but Top Blokes, they look strong and they move on.
Yeah, look, from someone who's a bit of a rookie to Rocket League, certainly looked like they were pretty relentless in their pursuit for that grand final spot. Yummy, after seeing this, are we convinced that they may be the team to take the entire tournament?
Well, they've still got a couple of juggernauts. As I said earlier, Team Singularity and SK Gaming, both are rosters that have been together for a while. We're expecting more consistency from them. SK Gaming looked really good yesterday. So the battle isn't over yet. That was a great test. The grand final still well up in the air.
CJ, would you say that you'd be pretty happy with the consistency that Top Blokes have shown so far? 2 4-1s on the back of the start of this tournament. And I mean, both games looked pretty convincing as well.
Yeah, it was a strong... the 4-1s, probably this 4-1 wasn't quite as convincing as what I saw yesterday. I think yesterday we didn't really see the Top Blokes defense get tested too much. I think today, to Payback's credit, they really were able to open them up a few times after the first couple of games once they figured them out. So that's what Top Blokes sort of have to work on, a few defensive misplays and the way they were able to get pressured. But overall, they took the stranglehold Yummy on that series, and just the way they were able to swing the momentum back and the firepower of Archie with the striking of Chaussette and Cassio towards the latter part of the series was super.
And also we saw, I think, a bit more from Payback yesterday too. So there's really good signs to them. Maybe a little bit more time yet in the lab.
CJ, is this accurate? Cassio, MVP, 6 goals and 14 shots. Are we happy with this call?
Oh, his striking was superb throughout the whole game. I think you could really give it to any player in the series. I think Archie was probably the facilitator offensively. I thought opening it up with a few demos and just his speed in the front half of the pitch. But it was Cassio's striking that was super impressive, along with Chaussette as well. We have to give credit to his clinical striking. And it was just the finishing from Top Blokes in general. We saw opportunities from Payback that they weren't able to put away, Yummy. But then when it went down the other end, we saw Top Blokes, they'd have 1 or 2 defenders in net, but they were still able to find that gap.
And what was most impressive about Cassio is that he did it at the crux of the series. Early on, Chaussette hitting everything. Archie, of course, consisted across the entire series in terms of setting up plays. But when the chips were down, when it started feeling like Payback were starting to gain the momentum, that's when Cassio stepped up and got some real banger goals.
Yeah, and I would love to hear from you, CJ, as we kind of finish up with the highlights here from Cassio, the match MVP. I'd love to hear whether you think that, it just took Payback a little bit too long to get into the series. I think it was by the second game we were starting to see signs of life toward the end of it, but really it was game 3 that they came to life. Do you think that may be a determining factor as to how, I guess, dominant the scoreboard looks?
Yeah, well, I think that yesterday we saw in the Top Bloke series that there was just no answer for their offense. And I think that in the first couple of games here for Team Payback, they didn't have an answer either for the offense. They had 2 2-0 wins in the first couple of games. But I think, Yummy, towards as the games progressed, they swung it back on their favour. And it's sort of hard to determine how they actually were able to do that in terms of visually, but something certainly clicked in their heads. They were able to push more, they were able to be more aggressive, Panda pushing downfield, and they certainly had Top Blokes panicking for a while in that series.
Well, Payback had the more shots and the more time in that offensive half in that game 1, but they didn't really have a finisher. They didn't have the way to open up the net. They developed that over the series. They made sure that Top Blokes had to adjust their play as well. So they are a team that can wrest control and make a game their own.
Well, we'll have a look at the play of the match, and Yummy, I'll kind of give you the floor here to have a quick chat about it when it eventually does come into light and to our fruition, I guess. I think there are a couple of plays, some demolition plays that really enabled some of these earlier goals, but I mean, I'd be curious to see what they've decided is the play of the match.
Well, it's still nothing is going to hold up to the Violent Panda pretty much own goal, but this was the best play of the match, especially mechanically from Archie cutting in on that ball, getting the double tap and doing it so quickly at the same time.
PJ, would you agree? Is it the terrible own touch that we saw, or is this definitely the outright play of the match?
No, we'll give it to Archie's double touch. He was so fast. We speak about it, so often about this player, a top 10, a world-class player. He's a top 10 player in the world for mine. And just the way he was able to be so fast in the midfield, he's able to beat out their opponent. And I know Yummy alluded to it when that goal happened. He was already looking for that double as soon as he got that first touch. Just so fast. But I think there were so many other great plays throughout that game as well. Some great demos, some great team plays, and if that only double touch got in, Yummy, to equalise it up for Payback in that last game, that could have been special as well.
Could have been totally different. It really felt like they were starting to gain control of the series.
Well, you know what? We will never know. We'll never know if that could have been a determining factor in it, but we will have a look at the bracket. I would say a convincing victory for Top Blokes pushes them into the grand final, deservedly as well. And now they will be met by the winner of the SK Gaming vs Team Singularity matchup. Yummy, how are we feeling going into our second semi-final of the night?
Once again, we're kind of up in the air about these teams. Both of them, you know, I mean, if you look at expectations, if you look at history, SK Gaming are the better team. But it's been a long time since they've played, since Singularity have played any event whatsoever. And they didn't even get a true test yesterday. So today is their true test up against the might of SK.
Jeez, that's a big call. We'll wait and see whether Team Singularity can shine bright as they did yesterday. They're coming up against SK Gaming. That's right after this small break.